All right, welcome to the Compliance Weekly meeting. Sync, this is for the October the 4th or 3rd, wherever you are in the world. And the first item is to go through the milestone board and just go through everything that we've closed off in the last week. So I'll share my screen. That one, this one. And the last one that we got to last week was backfill compliance adherence reports for existing projects. The next three are all with Hitesh.
So there's for these are the APIs for instance level GCP audit event destinations which are closed now, and it is enabled. So update and documentation APIs are remaining. Otherwise, instance level GCP instances enabled. This summarizes the three tasks that were assigned to me.
Cool. The next one was the export report for the compliance violation report. And that was with Sam, who's not here. Does anyone else want to talk about this?
I think I verified some of this, but yeah, it was just the new export functionality working as intended, and emails attached with the report get sent to when you export. So yeah, it's good.
Nice. And I know that's been on the go for a while now, so great to get that one over the line. Next one was with you, Jay. Add alert for standard adherence.
Yep. So this was just adding an alert for when the GraphQL query fails. So now there's an alert that's displayed on the page. And then the other one above was just the sidebar. The sidebar is now in. So with the sidebar and the few UI improvements, we're now at MVC. And I was just finalizing some docs changes, and we're good to go. Start the rollout.
Awesome. That's fantastic. And then that was from last milestone, and then there's this milestone's currently closed work. So the first two are with me. The first one was just closing as it's already covered under another issue that we've created. The next one is renaming the framework, the current frameworks tab to projects. So we're creating a new compliance frameworks report that's got a lot more detail in it. And the first step in this is renaming the current frameworks tab to projects and putting that behind a feature flag and starting that. So that's all we done. Next two are with Jay.
Yeah, so the next two, one was an audit event enhancement. I thought this was the other one, but this one looks like it's for user profile updates. So any changes, and there was a new auditor added for that. Yeah, so there's a new user auditor added for that, and that's in. The other one was the paginating the adherence report list, so that's paginated now, and again with that and some little improvements, we're now at MVC. There is another audit event that I thought was closed, but it's not here, and it was that customer requests audit event. Not sure where it went, but it was just another audit event for push rules, I believe, and it wasn't auditing at project level changes, and now we have the project level auditor. So yeah.
Nice. And then the final one enclosed was the remove ellipsis from the remove button for status checks. Does anyone else know about this one? Cool. I'll take it that it's all done, but great little improvement there. And then so that's the last one. Was there anything else anyone wanted to discuss through these? No. Oh, so now onto the planning issue. So the first one was the compliance adherence report. And I think you've given us a pretty good update there, Jay, but if you want to just reiterate.
Yeah, just I'll reiterate, we're at MVC and rollout will begin. It was supposed to begin yesterday. Forgot it was a stat yesterday. And then today was just finalizing some docs changes to make sure we're good. Yeah, rollout will begin.
And Sam's not here for the SAML. Hasma with the ClickHouse.
Yeah, for this, currently we were trying to do load testing on staging, but this is blocked because we currently have not integrated uh, ClickHouse with our GitLab GitLab.com environments. But there are few MRs which might get merged this week, and we will be finally able to interact with the ClickHouse on our GitLab staging, and then we can proceed with the load testing on staging. One more thing here is that we still need to define a data transfer strategy for moving our actual staging data uh, to ClickHouse. So I'm still working on that, and I will try to close the planning for that in this milestone.
Next one is the retrial failed external status checks, Jay.
Yeah, so that one, the blocking MR got merged last week on Friday, I believe. And now I'm just working on the specs for the previous worker that's setting the status checks back to pending. And hopefully there will be an MR out tomorrow to start the review process. And that was the biggest one, sorry for that one. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, cool. And the violation export with Sam. So I guess that issue's been closed and it's just the feature flag rollout now. So that'd be great to close out that one. Default branch protection, Hasima.
Yeah, so for this, just the main issue is left where we are actually starting to use the default branch protection settings from the new JSON column. This will be releasing behind a feature flag. Just one call out the code here uh, is not as easy as we anticipated in earlier. So, but yeah, I think this is still on track for 16.5.
And streaming order events to AWS S3. Who's Afa? Does anyone else know about this one? Where it's at? No. Streaming order events to Google Cloud at instance level, I believe. Hitesh?
So the update API for this is pending, along with the documentation and some UI changes. Apart from that, the destroy, create, list APIs are done for this. Also, the events are being streamed to the instance level GCP destinations. So yes, APIs will be completed by 16.5.
And what about do you think we can get the front end in as well?
So I had to talk to you about that who will be taking up on this, and
Cool. The next one was the improve the compliance framework report MVC. So that previous issue around renaming it from frameworks to projects is the first step before creating the new report itself. So that's on track to at least get the basic report out behind the feature flag in 16.5. Streaming order events filtered by subgroup / project, Hitesh.
so I'm working on this, and I was facing some issues with deciding with the table structure, as well as some issues with model validation and writing specs around it. But mostly I figured out everything by now, and I'll be sending the migrations and models MR soon. And after that, the other APIs can go on for this. So there's in primary phases only. And the next one is also on me. So there's this update active MR created for complete and release activate deactivate headers. There's one maintainer comment on it, and I'll respond to that, and we'll try to get it merged as soon as possible.
And Sam and Mark aren't here, so we can't get an update on that. And we don't have QA or design here to give an update at all. Nothing on OKRs. And then the next item was the engineering dashboard, just to go through some of the stats there. So I've got it here. So the era budget is looking fantastic, up at 99.99, and about 100% across the last month. And conversely, very, very low minutes being spent. For October, we had 60% features, 36 and 4%, which is about perfect for where we want to be aiming. Means we've got very low bugs, or we're not doing them, but a good amount of maintenance and great amount of features going through. So it's looking great. The MR rate for last month took a little bit of a drop there. I'm not sure if there's anything behind that, like holidays, shorter month or anything like that, but something maybe to have a look at. And conversely, yeah, just a little bit of a here's here drop off in closed issues and merged MRs there. We've got a few feature flags currently in flight. Adherence report UI looks like the oldest, but I think we just discussed that's going to be out fairly soon. And same with the adherence report. We'll probably have that defaulted to true by the end of 16.5. So this looks good. Open us impacting issues. All S4. So that's good. And all S3 past due security bugs. So, and a pretty small list. So I think we're taking along pretty well there. And open MRs, it's a fairly small list, and none are past 60 days and none are community. So I think we're looking pretty good there. So well done. I think the only really thing to look at is number of MRs, but again, there might be some reasonings behind that. Anyone have any comments on that at all? No, cool. The other thing that I just wanted to quickly just talk through was Grant has done a significant update to our direction page, our product direction page, around where we're sort of heading to. And so I wanted to just share those pages and talk through a couple of the more significant updates just to make sure we're all on the same page. This is the overall direction page, and you can see now that with where we're headed, category ClickHouse order events database migration is our number one thing that we're discussing at the moment around improving, improving and our scalability and maintenance of the ordered events, and creating enhancements for the future. The next one is expanding the streaming ordered events support across instance, group, and project level. So that's obviously adding in all of the improvements, the filtering, the different streaming that we're doing. Includes those, audit retention, and then the compliance adherence report, and our initial adherence report MVC is in there, and then we're looking at what comes next as well down the pipe for what standards we want to start looking at, such as SOC 2, GDPR, or whatever it is that we need to start on next. And just continuing on the refactoring of audit events. And the other one that I wanted to call out was this, which has what we've got next and why. So the adherence report, like we said, we've got these 3 standards that we're checking for at the moment, and we're going to be improving that. We've got the retries for status checks that's currently in flight, and will hopefully be out this thing, and then expanding compliance violations. But more importantly, what we're not doing, and I know that we've talked about this previously, but so continued development of support and support of compliance pipelines is going to be is what we're not going to be doing now. So we're going to be soon deprecating compliance pipelines as security policies develop the ability to use custom YAML within there for security policies. So this will then help with enforcement at a more granular and custom level, similar to compliance pipelines, and then we will bring security policies into compliance frameworks to allow better compliance controls as well across it. So there's a few efforts in there around the different parts of that are being done at the moment, and I'll be asking each year to probably get involved in some of that at some stage, but just wanted to keep you across that we're not going to be supporting or developing compliance pipelines any further. Any questions on that? No. Cool. Was there anything else anyone wanted to talk through while we've got some time? Yeah. All right, I'll stop the recording. Give it a wave at the screen.